everyone, I hope you're having a good day. I'm here to talk about Ranked / Ranked 3.0 and everything we know about the changes happening to Ranked in the future, including a new Ranked. That did not need the ED on the end, I mean a new rank. The information I'm going to supply has come directly from devs, but if anything is speculation, I will clarify that. Since I've already briefly mentioned it, I will start with a new rank. It is confirmed by our 6 devs that they are aware that there is an appetite for a new rank to go into the ranked pool, and this is something that they are interested in and they are looking at, and although it's not confirmed that it's coming anytime soon or what that rank will look like, they have confirmed that they know there's an appetite and they will work on it. To give more context of this new rank, it would be for higher players. So I got to do a Ranked 2.0 interview with a Siege dev back in June, and one of the questions that I asked is, will there be a rank higher than Champ, or will there be a rank for like top 500 people? And this is where the appetite lies. I think we can probably assume why they're not doing it yet, as there's been a problem with the anti-cheat for so long and just a cheating issue in general. And although cheating is definitely improved over the last season and a half, I have only faced 2 obvious rage cheaters this season, whereas previously I'd faced them nearly every game. I've only actually received rollback, I think 3 times this season, so there was obviously a closeted cheater there, but that is a massive improvement compared to what it was this time last year. Every single game had cheaters. So if they introduced that rank right now, then sure, it would be cool that it's in the game, but realistically, all 500 people in it, probably only 1% would be legitimate players. So it would almost be pointless to bring that in right now. But it is good to know that that is something that they are aware of and they're actively thinking about. I think it is a possibility that we could see it towards the end of year 10, if not at the beginning of year 11. A lot of things have been introduced to Ranked over the last 2 seasons, one being the Phantom player, which came out this season, year 9 season 4, and also the introduction of not being able to smurf. Unfortunately, I do not think either have been implemented very well yet, but I have noticed that a lot of content creators are currently being banned on their alt accounts. Rasco, Spoit, and also was it Uzi, I think, just all got banned on alt accounts. And this is because although smurfing is TOS, it's actually considered cheating. Now, those content creators absolutely did not smurf to cheat. They were doing it because they were playing with viewers, and a lot of content creators don't want to play on their main account with viewers, which is understandable. So they weren't doing it to cheat, but they still got banned anyway. The reduction to smurfing is basically meant to be that if you make a fresh 50 account or like a brand new account, the time it takes for you to get to level 50 will play a part into where your hidden MMR will stand. If you play very, very well in your first 50 levels, they will actually place you diamond / champ with your hidden MMR. Whereas if you play absolutely terribly and you are a genuine copper, it would be more likely to put you in hidden MMR of copper, so you don't start off in gold ranked the first ever time you play ranked. When I say in gold ranked, I mean gold hidden MMR. The idea of that was great, but I don't think it was implemented very well potentially last season, as I still see lots of boosting Smurf accounts. But the fact that I'm banning Smurf accounts for being too good on a very low level account means that clearly they have a way to detect when somebody is smurfing, for example. I assume that these might be manual bans based on stats, but I don't have confirmation on that, and that is just speculation. The Phantom player was meant to make Ranked 2.0 so much better, but I am 100% convinced that Ranked matchmaking this season is bugged. It is the worst it has ever been for me personally. I've been playing since year 4, so you know, over the last 4 to 5 years, this is genuinely the worst it's ever been. Some games I will 4-0 a team because I am a champ on console, just for clarification for those who don't know my rank. I'm champ on console. I'll 4-0 one game, and I'll be against like genuine golds. They were gold in 1.0, they've been gold in 2.0. So their hidden MMR cannot be anything higher than a gold in theory, because if it is, then that's just so broken. But in the game after that, I'll go against top 50 champs. Now, although I'm a champ, I'm a 2.0 champ. I was diamond in 1.0, so my hidden MMR is probably around diamond. I shouldn't be facing top 50s really, especially when I'm playing with my teammates who are like emerald they were plat in 1.0. So, you know, I'll either get 4-0'd or I'll 4-0. Basically, what I'm trying to say is it should not be that inconsistent. I think the Phantom player is something that is definitely great on paper, but I feel like there's a bug with it because it's just, it might be a coincidence, but there is a positive correlation between Phantom player coming out this season and the matchmaking being awful. The idea of the Phantom player is if you are a champ and you queue with 4 coppers to boost, you will actually just go against a full stack of champs. The coppers will be brought up to champ level. So it means that you won't be able to boost and cheat in that way anymore. People will be like, well, I can't play with my IRLs anymore, it's stupid. But realistically, Siege is a competitive game. I don't play with some of my IRLs ranked anyway. Standard is there for a reason. So if you do want to play with your IRLs, just play standard. You don't have to play ranked. It's not fair for the people you're going against to have a champ against them because it's not fun for anybody other than you. I personally see that as a selfish mindset. Now, during my ranked 2.0 interview with a dev, I asked the question of why are some players who are plat, they've always been plat, they've never been higher than a plat, why are they facing champs? Now, their reply was that, oh, well, the champs hidden MMR, they probably haven't played for a long time, so it's like, I want to say deteriorated, there we go, that's the word. Their ranks deteriorated over time, like their hidden MMR skill has deteriorated over time, so they're not champ anymore. That did not answer my question, really, because I asked if a champ has always been champ and they are definitely a high-level player, why are they going against plats? And they just said about the deterioration, but their rank hasn't deteriorated. They are genuine champs, and the matchmaking there is clearly broken. But I think they were reluctant to admit or are unaware how broken their matchmaking can be, because a plat should absolutely never face a champ. I think the biggest thing to deduct from the Rank 2.0 interview, the biggest problem is hidden MMR. Because if our MMR wasn't hidden, we might be able to understand a bit more. Because sometimes people say, oh, I'm playing against the champ. I asked them to give me like the player list. And yes, they're against a 2.0 champ. They're currently champ. But their hidden MMR is clearly like gold because they were gold in 1.0. And their KD is quite low. They're clearly not like a champ player. They just have a champ rank. And this player who sends me and complains the list are also gold. So actually that matchmaking is correct. But it is so confusing for that player because how are they meant to know what a hidden MMR is? I personally believe that if a ranked system has been out for like 2 years and players are still confused about how it works, then it is not a very good rank system and it needs to change. For me personally, there are parts of Ranked 2.0 that I really like, and there's parts of Ranked 1.0 that I liked too. Now, I know a lot of people loved placement games, and R6 devs basically confirmed that placement games will never, under any circumstances, return. I do understand their justification for this and how they explained it, but they essentially said that placements will not return because at the start of the season, your ranks were like soft reset. So then you would get champs in gold lobbies for the first few days whilst they get their ranked back, but that's not fair for actual gold players, and that's what they're trying to avoid. So this clip on the screen playing right now is honestly one of my favorite clips ever. I personally do and do not miss placements. I used to get my placements, get to Diamond in Ranked 1.0, and then I wouldn't place again. Other than the first season where I got Diamond, I played a lot of games to get there, I think maybe 80. But once I then started placing Diamond, I then wouldn't touch Ranked for the rest of the season. I also like with Ranked 2.0 that you will basically get absolutely steamrolled sometimes and you'll only lose 9 MMR. With Ranked 2.0, when you get to champ and you get to a certain point, you then only start to gain like, I can't remember if it's like 4 or 10 per game, then you lose so much more. And I don't think that's fair for high skilled players. It makes it very boring for those players. I find the matchmaking in Ranked 2.0 so much worse than the matchmaking in Ranked 1.0. And I think having a hidden skill, and that's your true MMR, is not a very good idea personally. I would like to see a Ranked 3.0 be a mixture of the best of Ranked 1.0 and the best of Ranked 2.0. And I really hope that is something we see in the future of Siege. Especially we know they're working on it, they are implementing certain things. It is very clear, though, that there is an issue with ranked right now, and we keep saying and complaining that there is an issue with the matchmaking, and they keep saying, oh no, it's fine, it's as it should be. But if we could see our hidden MMR and see that actually we do have genuine bronzes on our team and we're against genuine champs, for example, we could be like, hey, here is proof. We would know we have proof and keep raising the proof, and then maybe they could look into it better and actually fix it instead of just saying, nah, it's all good. This might be a controversial opinion, but I personally think that ranked restrictions should come back into the game unless they can make, oh my god, that whiff, unless they can genuinely make the phantom player work as intended. As essentially the phantom player should be or act as what the restrictions used to, but you can still play with your friends. They're just not very good, and they're going to struggle in your lobbies if they are not very good at the game. But the phantom player is absolutely not working as intended. They also have confirmed along the way that longer queue times make your games harder. So basically there's relax on the queues to try and get you to get games quicker. So every 30 seconds that you're in the queue relax a little bit more. So initially it might search, for example, if you're Emerald 2, it might search for Emerald 3s, 2s, and 1s. After 30 seconds, okay, haven't found a game. All right, now let's search for Diamond 5s as well as Emerald 5s as well. And it keeps expanding until you find a game. There is a cap on it and it is more strict with ranked, but Dev did confirm that if your queue times are long, your games are likely to be harder. Obviously, if you're like very top champ, your games are likely to be easier. So this is some interesting information that they've also confirmed about ranked over the last few months. When people say that they want Ranked 1.0 back, I do agree to an extent, but I also think that Ranked 1.0 did have a lot of issues too, and I honestly personally found it in general more toxic. It does feel less toxic on PC these days. You'll obviously always get toxic people, and FPS competitive games are inherently toxic. But in general, I feel like I meet less toxic people now than I did in Ranked 1.0 because there was more pressure on the line with Ranked 1.0. But it also makes me feel that people play it like absolute idiots because there's not much on the line. I definitely think that they need to tweak how the elo works. Instead of like gaining 120 and then only losing 8 until a certain point, I think that needs to be tweaked a bit more to be more equal. Like, I would totally be fine with gaining 60, losing 40, for example, until I'm at the rank where it says, then yeah, okay, fair enough, you gain what you lose. There was some insight about stuff going on with ranked. Let me know what you would like to see from ranked in the future. I'd love to know your comments below.